Okay. Okay. Let's move on to one of the other sliders. It's called top P. It stands for top probability. This controls how risky the AI can be in its word choices. So a low top P, like near 0.1, the AI plays it safer, considering only the top 10% of probable tokens generated. I know it sounds weird, right? So the top probable percentage of tokens at 0.1 means 10%, right? So a high top P near 0.9, the AI gets more creative and surprising and considers the top 90% of tokens available. So a top P of 1 means it's considering all 100% of tokens available, and that will get pretty wacky. Let's go take a look at that also in the playground. Okay. I'm going to run this same prompt, and we're going to play with top P. Currently, it's at 1, which is 100%. It's considering all 100% of the tokens that it can produce, okay? So we've done that one already. We saw what it produced. Let's go ahead and see it again. This is a better done outline. Look at that. Okay.
Stephanie, I have a dumb question.
You don't have any dumb questions. Go for it.
I don't have the thing on the side, on the right-hand side with the sliders.
You don't have it?
No.
You know what? I think it might be view code save. I think that there's like a little way to turn it on. Are you in the chat or are you in OpenAI Playground?
I've used your link.
My link? Okay. Let's wonder if it's, nope, it's not over there. So you only see this here?
Maybe the first 2 columns on the left are no sliders.
I don't think there's a way to collapse it. That's interesting. Can you share your screen for a minute so I can see it? Okay, great. Thank you. We'll take a little break from my screen share and we'll see what Ingrid sees, because maybe somebody else is having the same problem.
Up the top next to playground, go from assistant to chat, change it.
That could be.
That's it.
Are you in?
Thank you.
You were in assistance? Excellent. We figured it out quickly. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Let's go back to the screen share. Okay, so this was the outline with top P at 1. I'm going ahead and delete that, and I'm going to turn the top P down so that it only considers like the top 10%. And what I expect to find is that it feels a little bit more stilted. We'll see. Yes. Okay. As you can see, it uses a lot of Emma settles into her new home. Emma visits a local art gallery. Emma and Ethan feel an instant connection. It's only going to consider like the first 10% of words that it comes up with when it has a probability of much lower. So it's something to consider that if you want it to stay on task and use very simpler language, then you'll probably want to turn your top P down. Okay. You're welcome, Ingrid. Okay, that is top P. Does that make sense to everybody, or does anybody have any questions about top P? I would suggest playing with it. Play with the sliders. Turn them up, turn them down. See what it does. You can go through this slide deck again on your own and put in your own prompts and see how they turn out. Top K, I can't really show how this works on OpenAI because actually Top K is only for Claude right now, but this controls how many of the most likely next words the AI can choose from when generating text. With a high Top K of 40, it's actually 40,000, K being 1,000, right? The AI has many options for what word to use next, 40,000 words. This allows more creativity and variety in its responses. With a low Top K like 5, the AI can only pick from the 5,000 most probable next words. This makes its responses much more conventional and predictable. Believe it or not, the possible list of next tokens is usually 50,000 to 300,000 possibilities. So narrowing it down to 5,000 is a considerable down sample. You do have access to Top K if you are using Rexy. So when you go ahead and you prompt Claude, you can go ahead and play with Top K in the same way that you would play with Top P to get different responses based on the next word. And by turning it up, it gets more creative. By turning it down closer to 5, it gets a little bit more conventional. But I will say that like Top K of 5 on Claude is still pretty darn creative. I can't even imagine what 40 would be like. I don't think I've ever really changed it from 5. It's doing well. We went over max tokens. We're going to go over frequency penalty next. Frequency penalty determines how often the model can repeat the same word in its response. So one of the things to think about is if you're talking about a beach, right? Say words that you expect to see in a response about describing a beach, you're going to expect to see words like sand, water, sun, chairs, blankets, towels. I'm thinking of all the things that show up on the beach, right? Those are a lot of those words you would probably see over and over again. So if you take the frequency penalty and you make it very high, you're telling it, find more synonyms or vary these phrasings, please. Don't keep using the same words over and over again. But if you turn the frequency penalty lower, it'll use those same words more often and sound probably a little unnatural. Okay. All right. Golden Light, Willow Creek. Yes, exactly. Very much so. Let's go ahead and delete this response. I'm going to say, please describe a typical house in Salem, Massachusetts. Okay. And we're going to put the top penalty, top P back up to, it was at 1. I'll just keep it at 0.8. I'll leave the temperature at 1. We are going to change the frequency penalty, right? We've been talking about frequency penalty. Frequency penalty. We're going to change frequency penalty. And remember that if you turn it high, it'll find more synonyms. And low, it'll repeat words, okay? So right now it is low, so it will repeat words. And higher, it won't. So let's go ahead and run it with low. Okay, sanctuary, overgrown gardens, etc., etc. Let's see what it looks like when I what was it here? It was low frequency penalty, low at 0. We will turn it up to 2. Look at that. It goes all the way up to 2. Let's try see what it looks like when it goes up to 2. You're going to find that the text here is a little bit more flowery. It's a little bit more purple. I guess would be the way to explain it. Here it says, in the heart of Salem, Massachusetts, where history and mystery intertwine seamlessly, stands a typical house that exudes an eerie charm. This 2-story dwelling is nestled among a row of other colonial-style homes on a quiet street lined with ancient trees. Here it says, in the heart of Salem, Massachusetts, where history and folklore intertwine, stands a typical house that embodies the essence of mystery and romance. Nestled among the winding streets, this charming abode seems to have been plucked from the pages of a horror romance novel. Now, they're both good, right? This one's probably a little bit more flowery at the top, at a frequency penalty of 2. You will have to decide what kind of description you want. And you can go ahead and play with this slider too to get something either a little bit more to the point or something a little bit more flowery when you turn it all the way up.